Hey, it's me, Gothy. I'm having another really shitty fucking day, and I'm just sort of feeling really burnt out over it, sort of thing. See, in Australia, if you're unemployed, disabled, single parent, student, you get benefits from Centrelink, depending on your circumstances. Now, I was knocked back for the disability pension because I wasn't classed as disabled enough. So I'm on the unemployment payment, which is called New Start. As such, I have to go to these job network providers for appointments and stuff. They're supposed to help me look for work. Now, I've been unemployed for 8 years. That's a really long time. And in that time, I've never ever been to a job, like an interview or anything, that's been set up by a job network. In fact, I had two opportunities in two separate cases where I'd set up my own job trial with a company, and because I had to call the job network and cancel an appointment that conflicted, I had to tell them why. Because you have to give them a reason. You can't just say, "Well, I'm busy." Um, so they called them and were like, "Oh well, if you just give her the job and put her on for this many hours a week, we'll give you a subsidy, like a government payment of this much a week." So then I lost my job trial because they're just like, "You are trying to push us to take you on without even testing you." And I'm like, "Well, no, that's not me, but fine, whatever, fuck off." On two occasions that's happened now. So I've had a lot of trouble with job networks. Um, I've only ever been with one good one, and because I moved out of the area, I had to switch. So the one I'm with now, um, is supposed to be a disability job network. Um, the person that I was seeing used to have my appointments out in the waiting room, which is a breach of privacy and confidentiality. But I let it go. You know, I gave them a chance, and they didn't do shit for me. They haven't done shit. But my last appointment 2 weeks ago, they changed it from 1 p.m. to 9:15 in the morning. Now, the person that I was with only works until 2, so I can't go see them after TAFE finishes or anything like that. So my only day off, which is a Friday, which is the only day I get to sleep, um, it was other days that I have to go in and see them. So usually the appointment's at 1, because it means I get to get a little bit of sleep before I go in. They changed it to 9. They didn't tell me they changed it. The only reason I found out was because when I got my new phone, I had to reinstall the app. You have to log into the app to set it up. So that's the only reason I knew, because it came up and said, "Oh, this is there." So I had my appointment today. The appointment I had 2 weeks ago was just a shit. I asked her why, why was my appointment changed? Why was I not notified? And I got, "Well, you're here, so you must have found out." And, and I've tried to explain to them what it's like living with insomnia. And I get, "Oh, well, I do this, and I do this, and I have this, and I'm tired all the time too." But it's like, no, it's not the same damn thing. And it pisses me off because they're supposed to be a disability job network, but they don't, you know, they aren't sensitive at all. They're just assholes. So I had an appointment today, went in, and the person that's supposed to be my consultant decided she didn't want to see me, so she passed me off to someone else. And this person tried to force me onto a different Centrelink payment. When you're studying, you can get AusStudy. The downside is that the AusStudy rate of payment is lower than New Start. Now, as it stands, I have enough money to pay my rent, my groceries, my bills, with a little bit left over for anything I need, so clothes and shoes, whatever. That's pretty much it, though. I don't get a lot of spending money. And because I'm house hunting at the moment, I'm having to put extra money aside because we're going to have to start looking at removalists and stuff like that. So, between that, the fact that my TAFE campus doesn't have like lunchroom services for students or anything. You know, we either bring food that doesn't need to be kept cool or heated up, or we have to buy from a canteen. We don't have any microwaves or kettles or anything like that. So because of that, I'm having to keep money for that, because if my blood sugar drops, I need to eat. Yes, so I have to keep money for that, keep money for transport. I have to, keep money, and like, it's frustrating because they're expecting me to do my study, to attend fortnightly appointments with them, which are a waste of time because they don't do anything for me anyway, and fill in these stupid job search sheets. This is how many jobs I am expected to apply for, on top of studying full-time, assessments, house hunting, and just normal day-to-day stuff. Like, it's insane. But I went in today, and this other chick just started, oh, well, I'm going to call Centrelink now, and we're switching you over to AusStudy. And I'm just like, no, you damn well not. Like, because I've spoken to Centrelink on 2 occasions now. I've spoken to Department of Social Services, and they've both said that I can stay on Newstart, because the only reason you get switched over to AusStudy is if you're either not eligible for Newstart but are studying, or if you're studying for more than 12 months. I'm finishing my course in 9 months, so I don't need to be on Newstart. I've been told I don't need to be on Newstart, and I've also been told that I don't need to be doing fortnightly appointments and job search. They don't give a shit. And the thing that shits me off is that they're bullies. All of them are damn bullies. They have the ultimate say. They have control over my payments. If they decide that, if they get the shits at me or something, they can call up Centrelink and have my payments cancelled, and then I can't pay my rent. And it shits me off that they have so much power, and the government just keeps handing them more power. Like, I ended up in tears because I'm so stressed as it is. Like I said, I'm house hunting, I have all these assessments due, I'm dealing with stupid assholes in my class, silly comments from teachers, I'm trying to adjust to doing all of this in the wheelchair. I am still trying to job hunt, because ultimately I'd like a job. And then I'm having to deal with this shit from the job networks too, and it's just infuriating. Like, it's just, especially because I know they have control over my payments. If they decide they don't like my attitude, if they decide that I don't have a right to be pissed off at everything that's happening, they can cancel my payments. And I'm already jumping through hoops to get the damn payments, and, everyone carries on, fucking dole bludgers, fucking lazy, taking all my tax dollars and stuff, but it's so hard just to get this little fucking pittance of money to keep a roof over your head. And because I'm house hunting at the moment too, like, it is near impossible to find an affordable place in this area. Like, the place we're in now is 3 bedrooms, and we pay, like, $330 a week. But it's not wheelchair friendly at all. And we don't have a garage or a workshop. Like, we don't have a space where we can store things outside of the house or anything like that. It's not ideal. It's done the job for the time being. So we're looking for something that's a little bit more wheelchair friendly, and something that has a garage so we can store stuff. And trying to find a place that's under $400 a week in this area is just a nightmare. Like, even going up into the Blue Mountains, you can't find anything unless you go right to the top. The problem is, I can't live in the Blue Mountains because the Blue Mountain train service is not wheelchair accessible. So I can't move up there. I have to stay down this end. And it's so expensive. And the houses are so crappy. And it's frustrating me because it's just like, if I had a job, it wouldn't be such an issue. Because I'd have more money. I wouldn't be restricted financially as much as I am. And it's just, this on top of all the dramas in class and dramas outside of class and then all this job network stuff, I'm just burnt the hell out. I can't keep fucking doing this. Like, it just shits me off so much. How the hell, like, they're bullies. They're bullying me. They're treating me inappropriately. they're sitting there and they're, trying to force me onto a payment where I may not be able to pay my rent. And because I'm sitting there and I'm angry and, I'm not yelling, I'm not swearing, I'm not abusing them, I have a bit of an attitude, I'm rolling my eyes a bit, I'm sitting there going like, this is ridiculous. And they're like, you're rude, you have an attitude, you obviously don't want to work. No! Like, for fuck's sake, I've been working my ass off for 8 years trying to get a job. This is the 5th time now that I've retraining in a new career. I've even put myself forward to things that I know are not a safe environment for me just because I want to fucking work. And it just, this whole idea that it's either do exactly what we say, we're going to cancel your payments, and claim that you don't want to work. You're being uncooperative. Of course I'm going to be pissed off. Like, the entire thing is just ridiculous. And now they got me coming in weekly. I have to fill this stupid goddamn sheet out and do my fucking course, do all the assessments and stuff. And I don't even know what else they're going to try. He even turned around today and said, okay, well, if I can get you a full-time job, will you quit your course? No! I just completed 6 17-week units in 7 weeks. I'm not quitting this halfway through. Like, oh. And it's this whole thing that when you're on Centrelink, after you've been on Centrelink for a little while, you've got to do an approved activity, which is either work for the dole or study. So I go study option because work for the dole is a waste of goddamn time. And I just, and now they're saying, oh, would you quit it? Would you quit it? No! What? Why would you encourage someone to quit a course? Like, that's absolutely absurd. Oh, well, then you'll have to work weekends. I don't give a shit. If it means that I can have money that's not, that I don't have to jump through hoops to get, I don't give a shit. I'll work nights. I'll sit at a computer and just type words into a fucking thing. I don't care anymore. I want to get out of this fucking shit. I want to just be done with job networks and the entire goddamn system. Because it's freaking ridiculous. This is what happens when I get slightly worked up. Slightly. I just can't. It's not fair that they have so much power that they can sit there and make me do all these stupid things because they can take my payments away. That's bullying, like, that's extortion. It's freaking ridiculous. I can't deal with this shit much longer. You've got attitude. Of course I fucking have attitude. 8 years I've been dealing with this sort of thing. Like, it gets to you. It gets to a point where you just want to give up, but you can't. And just fucking... Oh. I'm gonna do some job hunting. Start filling this shit out, because they're expecting that whole fucking page done in a week. Because wheelchair accessible positions are just, a dime a dozen. Fucking... Oh. I still have assessments to do. Next week I have 1, 2, 3, 4 assessments that I have to hand in, which I have to do. 2 of them are sort of ongoing sort of ones, so that's alright, but I have 4 assessments, did I say 4? Yeah, 4 assessments that I have to hand in, that I've got to do this weekend, and I've got 2 that are in class, and then the week after that we have a week-long workshop, and I'm trying to house hunt in between all of this, I'm just so fucking over it. Like, because on top of this, I've got the usual stuff of, housework and cooking and cleaning and whatever else, and I've lost my stitchy bug. My stitchy bug's fucked off. It can't be, because I've got a commission, I've got, a piece that I'm doing for a friend, I'm so behind with everything, and, even my stitching is not calming me down lately. Because I'm just so over it. So, I'm gonna do some job hunting. Send off a few. That's the other thing too, is because they have a resume on file so that they can apply for jobs on my behalf and stuff like that. They have 2 resumes of mine, 2 different ones. One from 5 years ago and one from 6 years ago. Despite the fact that the same day that I had my very first appointment with this job network, I sent them my new email. And every job network I've been at has had a copy of my email. Of my resume, my current resume. And they still don't have it on file. So when they've been applying for jobs for me, which, after 8 years, I'm not holding my breath, they're not doing shit. They're not applying for anything for me. They don't care. But if they had, by some miracle, put me forward for a job, they would have been using a resume that's 5 to 6 years old. What? I mean, even just the fact that they've got different addresses and stuff on them than what my profile has. You look at that and go, well, this is not your current resume, is it? Let's update it. Let's put a new one on the system. No one's thought to do that. Fucking stupid. And this is the other thing that gets me. These people have jobs. These people that sit there and they say, oh, you've got chronic insomnia. Oh, well, I work and I study. Or, I work and I have kids, I'm tired all the time too. No! That's not the same goddamn thing! But these people have jobs. These people are supposed to be helping people who are down on their luck, people who are unemployed, people who are disabled. It infuriates me that they have a job and here I am, still struggling to find one. I just can't get past that idea. It's fucking stupid. I'm gonna go, because otherwise I'm gonna sit here and just keep ranting for another 20-30 minutes.